What's going on, everybody? Welcome to McFarland's Corner. I'm Mike McFarland, the Lake Fork Guide, your host of Lake Fork Rundowns. This is going to be one of the free public rundowns right here. Free to you. All you got to do is watch. You don't even have to subscribe. I think you can just go to my channel and watch it. So there you go. Love to have you subscribe. So hit that button and subscribe. Got some pretty cool information to share with you today about Lake Fork and the conditions that are happening right now as we speak. But before we do, I want to give kudos to our headline sponsors, Texas Insider Fishing Report and the Texas Insider Florida Report as well. Captain Rick Murphy, world famous Murphy, and J. Hodge Chevrolet. Big shout out to these guys. J. Hodge Chevrolet, actually in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Texas. I highly recommend you see the Sulphur Springs store if you need any service or you're wanting to get a new vehicle. Tell them my name and they'll take good care of you. Anyways, with that being said, there's a lot going on this week. It's Tuesday. Lake conditions are stable. That's what the S means, 402.75, which is 3 inches below full pool. We were 402.91 last week on Thursday. So they've let a little bit out through the weekend, but they've restabilized it the last 2 days. I think they're going to keep it stable for the Bass Elite. They are here. The Bassmaster Elite are here, and they're practicing right now as we speak. Well, they're off the water now, but the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday is practice for them. Thursday is day 1, Friday day 2, Saturday the Cut 50, and Sunday is Championship Sunday. 0 to 1 clarity. And 51 to 52, that's the main body. I'm telling you that there is some warm water in the lake. If you get up in the northern ends, the backs of the right pockets, backs of the right creeks and drains and things, I found 62 degrees yesterday. I found fish on beds yesterday. Literally dug nests on the beds. Not a whole lot, but in the right areas, you can find some bedfish. The thing to realize is that number one right now is the stage time, the pre-staging. The males go first. They go into those backwaters. They go into those shallow spawning flats. And the females are just behind them. So if I was giving you any good information, that would be the key, is to concentrate just a little bit deeper water from where you would expect to see the beds. Spinnerbaits, chatterbaits, crankbaits, even some top waters, if you find the warm water. If you're in 60-degree water, don't be afraid to throw a top water, a popper or a frog, and throw it right around those same areas where you expect those fish to spawn. Even if you can't see in the water, that's okay. So here's what I expect. Toledo Bend was pretty good. The Bassmasters just left Toledo Bend last week. It was one with 100 pounds, 101 pounds, I think, for 4 days of fishing. There was quite a few in the top 10 with the upper 80s and 90-pound range. Most of the fish were caught live scoping offshore. The bank running shallow fishermen did not really kill it. There wasn't anyone really in the top 10 that was running bank or backwaters. And Toledo Bend isn't that much farther away from us. It's only a couple hours. It's part of the Sabine River. It's all kind of relative. Northeast Texas, the water temperatures, Louisiana, the whole package is very similar. So our fish should be in about the same category. And here's what I'm getting at is, although I am finding shallow fish and I'm catching shallow fish, I believe that the Elite tournament this weekend will mostly be live scoping again, because the bigger females, the majority of the females haven't moved in yet. Those bigger fish are still not necessarily offshore, but they're on their way in, but they're not in. They're not all the way up. So they're not in the shallow waters. Just like, Greg Hackney is one of the best shallow water fishermen that we've ever had in the fishing industry. And Greg Hackney really was struggling with 8, 10, 12 pounds a day at Toledo Bend. So I do believe with the fish that I have been catching shallow, it could be a combination. And it just depends. The first couple days of the tournament are going to be a little cooler. For example, tomorrow we have a pretty good cold front coming with northwest winds, big northwest winds. We drop down to 40 degrees, 50 degree high, 52 degree high. And I think that's about 48 hours of that. That's going to cool that backwater. So a couple of aspects are, those fish that are being caught shallow right now with this one trend, we're Texas two-stepping. I don't mean dancing. They're going to get cool again, and those shallower fish are going to be a little tougher to catch. So I kind of feel like, again, if you're going fishing, number one, this is kind of the right weekend to actually just stay off the lake in a way. I'm a fishing guide, and I can't expect other guides or myself to give up our livelihood and our income. If we were to give up 4 days, that's thousands of dollars of income. We shouldn't be expected to be off the lake just because the elites are here. However, it's very much my opinion that, the elites are only coming once. They're only here one time for the whole year. They do great exposure for us. The longevity of what they do goes on television. It showcases our lake. We get the perks and the benefits after they leave. And so it's kind of a combination there where, again, if you're going to come fun fish, definitely stay out of the pro's way. If you see a pro working, stay out of his way. Give him respect, okay? Don't block him. Don't stop him from fishing. Guiding, if you're guiding, you got to do what you got to do. I have a couple trips. I have a trip tomorrow, and I have a trip on Friday. I'm going to try to stay off the water Thursday, Saturday, and Sunday, of course. Friday, I just have a trip. And so basically what I'm going to do is kind of, give way to any pros that are working in our area. I won't move into an area if there's already a pro there. And we'll just do the best we can with what we got. But anyways, again, this is more of a weekend to come watch them. Come watch the pros fish. Learn something. See their boat positioning. If you really want to get a better learning aspect about fork, there's no better way. There'll be 100 of the best bass fishermen in the world on this lake for 3 days, 2 days anyways, Thursday, Friday. And a lot of them won't catch fish, just lay fork. Even as good as they are. It's fishing. That's the way it goes. It's cyclic. It's the nature of the beast. But a lot of them will catch fish. And a lot of them will catch fish when others can't catch fish at all. And so this is a great weekend to really, again, if you want to come out, follow them around a little bit, explore the lake, go watch them, keep a safe distance, and learn something. Remember that it's also televised. It's on TV Saturday and Sunday live. So I like on Saturday and Sunday to stay home rather than be on the water because I can actually, from my couch, get to watch, however many pros they cover on television. They may cover 8, 9, 10 pros. To whereas if you're on the water, you're only going to see who's in that area or that pro that you're watching. So I kind of like to watch them Saturday and Sunday from the couch, and you get a little broader perspective of multiple fishermen. But anyways, like I said, fishing's pretty darn good for the most part. About to explode, literally about to explode. And I believe that the elite anglers will showcase Lake Fork and its glory. It is the goat lake. It is the mother fork is what we call it. It's where all the big fish came from in the first place. And don't forget that. You never forget grandma and grandpa. You shouldn't. Keep them in your archives. Keep them in your heart and your memory. And yes, maybe Lake Fork has had its day and it's in its history. It's had its roller coaster rides. And maybe there's some other lakes that might be as good or better or fishing better, producing more sharelunkers. But Lake Fork is the ultimate goat lake. It's the Tom Brady of NFL. It's mother fork, and she's still full of giant bass. In 2022, I had 149 bass caught in my boat by clients over 8 pounds and just below 10 pounds, in the 8 to 10 pound range. That was 2 years ago. Those 149 fish should be double-digit fish now. We are seeing a lot more double-digit fish already this year. I know of at least a dozen double-digit fish that have been caught. I expect the pros to weigh in some double-digit fish. I expect 100 pounds to be broken by multiple pros, not just one like at Toledo Bend. And hopefully, I would love to see a ShareLunker caught by one of the pros. That would make me really, really happy to see a ShareLunker brought in. And the Texas Parks and Wildlife waiting at the weigh-in for the ShareLunker fish. That would be amazing. Lake Fork's capable of it, and that's the deal. So that's kind of my report for Tuesday. I'm going to come back on Thursday and give you another little update on what's going on. I've got some baits right here that I'm getting ready to showcase in the members only channel. The members only channel is a much more privatized channel. It's a subscription based only. You must subscribe. It's $5 a month. I mean, you buy lures that cost a lot more than that. And in the members only channel, not only do I give you the real juice of Lake Fork, I give you crappie fishing for Lake Fork. Sometimes I do that here free too, but I give you multiple other lakes in the Northeast, even Dallas area. I give you Ray Hubbard, O.H. Ivy, Sam Rayburn, Palestine, Levon, Possum Kingdom, Athens. Sometimes we throw in Lake Welsh, Holbrook, Gilmer. 5 different guides that kick in a report for me. Everything from the bass fishing to crappie fishing to white bass, stripers, and hybrids over on Tawakoni. We really fill up the Northeast Texas information for you in the members only channel. Real easy. If you're interested to subscribe to that and want to subscribe to that, just look in the link below this video, click on the link for members only, follow the procedure, and become a member. We would love to have you. I am going to go ahead and give you a crappie report, because that'd be kind of the ideal thing to do this weekend, is come out and fish for crappie and watch the pros a little bit. Jackie Wiggins is probably, again, for me, the #1 crappie guide on the lake. He works the hardest. He seems to be the most booked with doubles and triples. And he says that the crappie fishing on Lake Fork has been getting better and better each week. As of last week, fish are still scattered at almost all the depth ranges that you can imagine, from 2 foot to 50 foot. It seems like the best concentration of fish is now at about 12 to 13 feet on timber and in the creek channels. So just like those crappie have moved in from the offshore suspension, the bass have done as well, by the way. So your black and white crappie are on timber. The black and white crappie are on timber, and black crappie can be found very shallow already, 2 feet of water, getting ready to spawn. Many anglers are having good luck shallow the last few hours of the day. That's another thing with the bass fishing on Fork right now. A lot of times our night times when it's cool, the evening hours, the last 4 hours of the day, or last 2 to 3 hours really of the day, is when those fish really pull up. Okay, remember that. I had a friend of mine who didn't catch hardly anything all day just the other day. And come the end of the evening, actually it was Mr. Rick Cruz, owner of Tackle Co-op, and right at 7 o'clock as it got dark, he bagged 3 big giant fish with a new personal best, a double digit, a 10-pounder. And again, through the day, very slow. Evening, right at dusk, smackdown. But anyways, back to the crappie. Chartreuse has been the go-to color for fish on the shallow and more stained areas of the lake. I'll still try some of the natural colors in the cleaner water. Minnows are working very well with hand-tied jigs, combination of minnows. And Jackie threw in a channel catfish bite. Sometimes everybody loves to eat channel catfish here. The channel catfish bite is really good in 13 to 18 feet of water around the roosting trees on the north end of the lake. What's a roosting tree? A roosting tree is the trees where you see the cormorants, the black cormorants and the white birds and all those birds roosting at night. Now, they get a lot of poop and a lot of things that fall from the cormorant. Most people don't know, but the cormorant doesn't digest but about 50-60% of the food that it eats. So it's pooping fish in the water. You can bait those out with cow cubes or sour grain, but get there in the morning and see where those roosting trees are and make sure that you're fishing those particular roosting trees. And the best trees there, again, even in the evening bite there, he says the best trees are loading up with fish around 5 in the evening. Go figure, that's right about the time the birds are starting to show up to roost. So late afternoon and night trips would produce a ton of fish. All right. Jackie also recommends, if you do the catfishing thing, don't go using expensive night crawlers and stuff like that. Get you tub bait. It goes a long ways. A little treble hook with some of the tub bait, the stink bait, chubbies, or whatever. There's so many different versions of it. Even chicken livers are cheap. You can catch those fish that way, and you don't have to spend high dollar night crawlers for that simple channel catfish. All right, guys, again, don't forget, I'm fixing to show some pretty cool baits right here on what I've been catching my fish on the last couple of days to the members only. So consider becoming a member. Hit the like button if you found this good. Comment, share anything you have. And I want to give a big shout out to J. Hodge Chevrolet, Skeeter Bass Boats, Diamond Sports Marine, Yamaha, Texas Insider Fishing Report with Captain Rick Murphy, world famous Miss Florida, Bree, Dave Farrell, Abu Garcia, Berkeley Power Pole, Bass Assassin, Bajío Sunglasses, Tylines UV, Lake Fork Trophy Lures, Impact Lures, Sandtone Lures, Real Time Rods, Magic Reaction, Lake Fork Marina, Go Fish Lures, Steve's Custom Prop Shop, The Original Rod Socks, Sign Shop, Burning Stump Lodge, Lake Fork Resort, Murphy's Law Sport Fishing out of Florida, Jamie's Restaurant in the Lake Fork Marina, Oh My the Pie, Tackle Co-op, Jamie's Jacked Up Designs, and always Lucas Oil and Protect the Harvest. So thank you so much for watching. I'll be back Thursday with another report.